the ability to get access to mentors, and mentors that have quite a range of experiences, so from consulting, investment banking, accounting, and so on. So very important professions here in London and in the UK. And the ability to interact with them on a weekly basis gives you the chance to see how much progress you are making along the way, and also ask questions that perhaps you could not have the answer to if you asked somebody else. So I think that that knowledge is something that's very valuable at Career Interactive. My name is Aton and I'm originally from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. It has been now 5 years since I moved to London, first for my undergraduate degree, which I studied at the University of Westminster. And that was in business management, but clearly with a focus on international business, so ways for companies to expand internationally. And over the past year, I've expanded on that knowledge to do an MSc in management, so a master's program in management at Cass Business School. And, quite recently now, I got a job offer to start my first professional full-time role at a big investment bank in the UK. When I had the chance to speak with some of my previous colleagues during my previous work experiences, they clearly emphasized the importance of having international exposure. And I think that the UK in this perspective does give that international exposure, and particularly exposure to financial markets, everything going from accounting, from finance, from strategy, economics, and so on. So it's really this hub and this possibility to further my career progression that made me want to start my career here in London, in the UK. As an international student, you face an extra hurdle, and that is finding a company that will A, sponsor your visa, and secondly, a company that is looking to take into a foreign expertise, which might be easy to, if you look at the list of companies that are registered to provide sponsorship. There are a lot of companies. But in reality, there are only certain positions that are available for international students. So, but that's not to say that it's impossible to find a job, but the process is much more difficult because you need to filter well your application. And the second difficulty that I found out was how to prepare for the job market. So I had some past experience, voluntary work experience and fundraising experience that I did here in London. But getting a formal job was something that I had not had the opportunity to do before. So things like preparing for interviews, assessment centers, preparing for tests and so on was something that I found extremely difficult at first. So I realized one thing, that I had many skills, but I didn't know how to articulate them, and I didn't know which skills were more adequate for which position. So I joined Career Interactive at the beginning of November, so relatively late time in the job market already, and offers were already sent by that time. But it took me about 1.5 months, and I got my first offer on the 21st of December. So just to emphasize the fact that time does play a role in terms of your preparation and getting the right opportunities, but you should not give up. Because the fact is that what is really important is how well prepared you are. Honestly, it's a very strange feeling because you spend many months, even years, depending on what your situation is, to find a job. And when you finally get an offer, you get a sense of, did you really do it? You know, you start to question a bit yourself and wonder, is that really true? But you do realize as well how much progress you've made. I mean, if you use the Career Interactive board, for example, you get to see what kind of things you did, for example, which exercise you did, which kind of companies you applied to, which kind of roles you applied to, and all this process. So I guess it's kind of a feeling of relief, first of all, but secondly as well, you get to really appreciate what you did and really see the efforts that you put in. So it's kind of a realization of many things. So there are many emotions. I really wish everybody that joins the program to get an offer, because I think getting something in the UK is going to be something that's going to last you for your whole career.